Deathclaw Cavalry. Okay, that's faintly terrifying. Focus tree will increase your tech level on a couple. Aha. Yeah, that does make a lot more sense than just saying you are suddenly advanced in everything. I can see that having an impact on Bone Dancers when they become the Seraphs. Because I don't think the Seraph should be advanced in everything, but advanced in a few things, sure. Same with Heaven's Gate. Like advanced power armor for Heaven's Gate, but maybe not necessarily like Air Force. Military signing bonuses. Non-core manpower increases for 270 days, but would require less than 2,000 manpower. Weekly manpower goes up. Passive income goes down. So we are currently gaining 26,000? Cool. Lift tax on luxuries. That would increase construction speed, increases resources to market, decreases income, and costs us 150. Now, where? Oh, it's balanced there. I could have sworn that it was shown up here previously. Political bribes. High command, army, economy. Oh, laws changes, costs. Now that's interesting. Business favour. It's TNO that has it up there. I could have sworn the bottle caps were too. And slaves. Business favour. Request loan, request lower tariffs, bolster production, scavenging missions. Then we've got the organisation relations with Butcher Pete's. How to hunt Mirelurks. Attack bonus against Mirelurk tribe. Division attack. 67 opinion with Butcher Pete's. 40 spendable opinion with Butcher Pete's. Currently 0. Phase cocktail. Increase in attrition, increase in entrenchment speed, increase in max planning. Ooh. Half chocolate bar ration. Supply consumption, big reduction. Focus on internal sphere. That's just stability for war support. Procurement of things. So here's the old scavenging. Reclamation authority. Costs 10,000 bottle caps. Caps and slaves are on the new bar beneath decision research. Ah. 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 Okay. Drastic measures. Ruthless drills. Lose 25 manpower. Decrease in stability, decrease in war support, but you gain training time, so you can pump out troops really, really quickly. Then we have the various audio holotapes, which we have listened to previously. And then we have uncored states. We have none. Trade node map. Ah, okay, so this is the new economic screen. So here's Lone Star. Currently make 13.5 bottle caps from state development in nodes. 16.8 bottle caps from economic nodes, and then 0 bottle caps from trade. We control Lone Star, so I think you have to take certain states in order to gain these. And we currently have no trade routes. Now I'm going to wish I'd paid more attention to the trade dev diary. We'll come back to that. Organisation marketplace. So we've got Butcher Pete's. Ah, I see. Okay, so this is basically instead of the black market. So you can buy and sell equipment. And then some of these have opinions. Click on the trade nodes, okay. Yeah, those are fairly standard. Let's click on our own. Here we go. Trade connections. The Cannery, Houston, TAA Estate, Gloria the Pass, Castrosol, Raid, Rubrum, Twin Mothers, and First Person Junction. So we can see those lit up in green. Oh, I see, when we actually hover over. Yes. Okay, that's cool. Current value of Lone Star is 16 bottle caps. Current modifier to development income from economic node. Trade tariffs is 0. Capital node of Lone Star. Oh, I see. So trade routes require political power. So if we wanted to go to, for example, Dog City... No, it'd have to be done from here. So if we wanted to go down to Houston... Ah, I see. So we need 40 political power to send a trade route. These are the available locations within our range, I assume. So basically, once we hit 40 political power, we can start thinking about this. And we probably want to take a look around to see which ones are worth the most. You know, I see there's like a back button here. I do love the interface though. Like TNO also has a interface a bit like this for the English Civil War. And I like the fact that these types of things are starting to make their way into the mods. It's really cool. I'm just trying to work out which one's worth the most. So okay, so we can actually click on them individually. So the cannery is worth quite a bit. Oh wow, Gloria's worth tons. More than us. As is TAA Estate. And we can go to Gloria. So we probably should start one with Gloria. Gloria is Republic of Rio Grande, right? Yes. Okay, cool. Have I checked out Pravis's video? No. Okay, construction. Looking in the wrong area. We're not over there, we're over here. So building up the infrastructure of Lone Star sounds like it might be a good idea, just because, oh my gosh, look at all those resources. They also have quite a few factory slots. And I do like my infrastructure boosting, as you probably know. In terms of construction speed, open to traders boosts it, construction basics boosts it. Is there a penalty on factories right now? I'm trying to remember how on earth all this works. So funding the army increases costs, but that's the only thing. The other question is, do any of you provide infrastructure? Yes. Texan Economic Union modifiers will be increased by 0.01 for ourselves and our partners in the pact, increasing the strength of the modifier. Every state on the I-20 gains 2 levels of infrastructure. That's civilian workshops, that's not actually infrastructure. Control of the I-10 gains you construction speeds. So no, the only one that would increase it would be this one. So we want to go basically up to a maximum of 8. So let's go up to the maximum of 8. So we in a faction, Austin, the Brotherhood, or are we puppets? Oh, we are with the Unity of Austin. I think we're in a faction. Yes, it's a faction. So this is the Texan Economic Union. So we're with Keats. Attis Army Remnants. And I guess that this is all from Van Buren? Which I must admit I know nothing about. So, a little bit over my head here, as I so often am when it comes to Fallout lore. I've played far too much of the new games and not enough of the old ones. Okay, so construction of equipment. That's going to be somewhat dependent on what we actually have. So that's our rapid responder lawman unit.
You guys nailed it.
And there we go, 120. It's done. Mission accomplished. We hit the max. Thank you very much, everyone, for doing that. Really appreciate it. So, I knew we could. I knew we could. I had confidence. So, let's work out what these different units are. You guys are being treated as elite. So, I'm guessing, yes, those are going to be the special forces. Then we got these guys who are mercenaries, which are just infantry with close combat weapons. And we got these guys who are garrisons with close combat weapons. And then we have the Rapid Response Corps, who's actually quite strong. It's a 5 unit of motorized. Nice. Oh, you got new icons for all of these. Ooh. That's cool. Attrition is nuclear radiation. I mean, that makes sense. Van Buren would have taken place in the American Southwest, Arizona, Nevada, Colorado, Utah. Westernmost sites in the game are the easternmost borders of the New California Republic. Rockies and the Great Basin. Detroit was more tactics, I believe. Oh, was this Texas? Tactics? Again, another one I know nothing about. So, out of my depth. So we are going to need armor because we do have special forces. We are technically going to need motorized, which I guess would be motorbikes. And then pipes, though I think I might try and change you to making more pipe guns than I guess support equipment. So we'll just go for one of each. We have got no shortages at the moment. So that's good. Texas Brotherhood is freaking massive. So who's the Unity of Austin? Good guy mutants, I guess. Behemoths of industry. And then we also have Texan Brotherhood. Which I believe have some issues of their own, which I'm not going to spoil because I don't want to be spoiled. Okay, so we are saving up political power. I think we can probably bump up the timer now. I'm going to go ahead and throw in a save. Just so that we have one at start. And then I'm also going to turn off the raid thing because... am I? No, because the contributions are still there. So we'll leave it until Wednesday. I will, however, just quickly send a message. Just to let them know. Okay, let's actually unpause. 42 minutes into the stream, though. The first 15 minutes was the pre-timer. Thank God for the Air Force. Silos of the 578th. During the height of the Cold War, the dusty plains around Abilene housed 12 missile silos belonging to the 578th Strategic Missile Squadron. Whilst the missiles were decommissioned long before the turn of the 21st century, the missile silos they resided in remained Air Force property up until the outbreak of the Great War. As missiles started flying, the most senior local commander, Colonel Carrie Owens, had a tough decision to make. He had 12 silos built to survive nuclear detonations and the harsh fallout that would follow them, but far too many important things to put in them. Her men had bunkers, but the local National Guard units did not. Saving fighting men would surely help after the apocalypse, or Owens could prioritise moving precious resources into the silos, resources that would be invaluable in the future. Or should he allow all of the citizens to make it to shelter in the bunkers? Was her duty not to save American lives? With little hesitation, Owen made her decision. So we can either have the National Guard gaining a bunch of infantry and support equipment. We can stockpile, which adds production of advanced materials and components. circuitry and components. Or we can protect the citizens and gain 400 manpower. Probably not the National Guard, because we can just make that stuff. But these are permanent modifiers. Oh, that's for every owned state. That's 2,000 manpower. Of which we would only get a portion as recruitable. But manpower growth would probably increase faster as a result of that. You know what? I think this is a democracy. We are, after all, trying to protect America. Are we a democracy? I think we are. We are the people. So we're going to do a poll. And we're going to let democracy have its thing. So I think I'm going to... Well, no, we'll leave National Guard. But I'm going to say, personally, least interested in that one. We can have the stockpile, which is the extra bits and bobs. Or we can have the citizens, which is the extra manpower. We'll make this for 1 minute. And I will say that we are the Lone Star State, Republic, Nation, City, whatever we are at this point. And that means that we are beholden to the greatest and truest traditions of American democracy, where material wealth makes right. And if you have the money, you can get more votes. Enjoy! After all, money talks. By the people, for the people, Eagle! Ah! Gotta love the epic rap battles quotes there. So, get your votes in. Vote, vote, vote. I'm only going to make this one for 1 minute, as it's a fairly fleeting poll. Oh, this is already massively overwhelming unless someone decides to buy up the rest. Which is always possible, so I'm not going to be hasty. We've seen crazier things happen. But no, I'm going to say that this is pretty overwhelming in favour of the citizens already. Yep, so 5% said the National Guard, 19% said stockpile, and then 76% went for the citizens. And the one guy, Sky, contributed 42,000 channel points. So clearly believing that protecting the citizens is very important. The bottle cap economy with the 2.1 update, Trouble in Paradise, the base experience of Old World Blues was updated to include the cap's economic system. As of 2.1, the system is still in infant stage, but we hope it becomes an ingrained system. I'm guessing that's still talking about the previous version. But this is arranged differently than I'm used to. Income is a sum of two numbers. For minor countries, a majority of their caps comes from flat income. Flat income is granted through economy laws, focus rewards, and decisions. You currently make plus 10 caps from flat income. The second source of income is through economic nodes, covered later in the tutorial. Every 92 days, quarterly expenses are subtracted from income. Was this really added way back then, the economic nodes? Why do I have no memory of economic nodes? Old pictures, new info. Okay. Every 92 days, quarterly. So the quarterly thing I remember. Expenses are subtracted from income and the coffers fill or empty. The net caps, income plus expenses are negative. Bank is empty. Your country may suffer great instability. Cap system can be viewed at a glance through the top bar. See, it used to be up there. It's not anymore. This will show your current coffer of caps. When hovered, it will give a more detailed breakdown of your income and expenses, plus the modifiers apply to both. Primary expenses in the cap system is military upkeep. Troops cost money, and the more you have, the more each consecutive battalion costs. Recruit and deploy menu shows an estimate of the cost of troops in your training queue. Some speciality units, such as Spec Ops and Power Armor, cost more per battalion than infantry. Currently cost us 0.64. In times of strife, peace, and capitalistic inspiration, some countries can adjust their army. I need to check one thing as well. To the new stuff! Economic node to the cornerstone of the 3.0 update. Okay, here we go. The state node view can be seen by selecting a state that is part of the node. You currently control 1. Nodes are a collection of member states and a central state. Every node has a level between 1 and 10. By selecting a state that's part of the node. Is that on this screen? Ah, here. No. Oh, that's them establishing a node, route to me, I guess. See the arrows coming out the sides of the state. No. Oh, there's the bottle caps. I see, that's a... Okay. Oh, you mean actually on this drop-down menu. Okay. That was unclear, because this to me says it's on the state list view. When I guess you actually mean on the trade node map. Right side. Left of the factories. Oh, these! Okay. You might want to have a screenshot. Oh, you do. Might want to make that a little bit clearer what that is. Because I would not have seen that otherwise. As this is a tutorial. Let's see. State node view can be seen by selecting a state that's part of a node, especially as it's not part of core Hearts of Iron. Like that's new. You currently control 1. Okay, so this is where the development is. I was wondering where that was being shown. Oh, and you can see the different organizations that are in the different areas. Okay, that's cool. So that's what the reason I got all excited there was suddenly thinking, you know, I really need to do another... Ah, gosh, what are they called? Ah, they're my new faction, my new favourite, New Canaan. I need to do a new Canaan playthrough with this system. I'm guessing that New Canaan's a trade route area. My favourite capitalists, yeah, New Canaan, of course it is. It would have to be. Although I'm guessing that New Canaan will become more important when this all opens up. This is really cool. Nodes are a collection of... Right, let's go back to the thing. Are a collection of member states and a central state. So we are a member state. Or is that just the one that I had clicked? That's the central state. So we'll click on the central state just so we know. But the different states do contribute in different ways. They all say level 4, but all of the others are progress 0 except for this guy. But everything else is the same, so I'm guessing that this is a statewide information bar. It's just that this shows the organizations present. Nodes are a collection of member states and central state. Each node has a level between 1 and 10, so we're at level 4. Levels 1 to 8 can be achieved through improving the node's development, while levels 9 and 10 require economic development, normally rewarded through decisions and focuses. Every factory, dockyard and infrastructure in a node adds to its development. Generally, the more member states in a node, the harder to improve it is, but the higher level it can reach. Ah, I see. So the bigger the members, the bigger it gets. So Lone Star, I would imagine, is one of the bigger ones. Nodes grant the largest percentage of a country's income when controlled. Your node income of 22. Each node's income is comprised of 2 parts, development income and trade income. Development income is directly dependent on the node level. Trade income is generated through trade routes. Each source of income has a respective modifier at both the state and the country level. During conflict, nodes can become disabled. Disabled nodes do not provide income. And how do they become disabled? Through occupation? Through bombing? I'm going to guess occupation. In which case, how much of it? Caravans, not minivans. As a country with nodes, leveraging your new economic power is a must. Each trade node can be a source of one trade route to another node. Trade routes follow predefined links across the wasteland through areas with favourable terrain and avoiding danger. Links can also be created from focuses, decisions and events. A route can be started through the state node view, but have a few requirements. No current route from the source node. Under the country trade route cap, 40 political power. A route along the same link was not recently changed. 1 cent, a trade route sent a portion of the node's development income to the receiving node with a bonus for each income route. A smaller portion of the receiving node's development value is sent backwards to the source node. 1 cent, trade routes last indefinitely but cannot be changed for a minimum of 120 days. Trade routes are also disrupted by conflict. Countries can maintain a maximum number of ongoing routes, roughly 2 times their number of nodes. So we would eventually be able to get 2? Not quite Nicolas Cage. To better track the flow of caps around the waist, each bottle cap has a small map inscribed on the back. We aren't sure where these came from, but you can access it from the top bar's MISC button, right next to logistics. That's the one that we had seen before, which is this. The trade node map displays a lot of information. Let's break it down left to right. Alright, let's go and open that. On the far left side is the trade ledger. This contains some development income, trade income and total income from all controlled nodes. Directly underneath is a list of currently owned nodes. The last button on this panel will show the current routes to and from controlled nodes. The center contains a draggable map of all the trade nodes. Left clicking to select will highlight trade links in green. And trade routes in orange. These colours match throughout the GUI. On the far right side is currently a selected node. This displays the node's income at a glance. By selecting a linked node through this panel, an overview of the linked node is displayed along with any alternate ways to send trade routes. So we can actually see the value in the tooltip. So yeah, Gloria is worth a freaking fortune. So we're still trying to save up for that. Okay, cool. Honest business. There are a variety of organisations across the wastes that facilitate the transfer of goods. These organisations now set up shop in trade routes. When a trade route is sent from the node with an organisation established, the organisation may decide to make the jump to expand their operations. Yep, that's definitely the... what were they called? The scientist dudes. In New Vegas.